Oh God. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for liking and subscribing and coming back and being loyal. I really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, thank you as well. So this is a video I'm very bummed and disappointed about having to do, especially right in the middle of our installs. So Brian and I finished everything up with the car. We trailered it to my dad. My dad played with it a little bit and was doing some drivability tuning on it on the dyno. Unfortunately, we were going to film it to see what kind of power it made, and we never made it there. My dad called us ahead of time and let us know that the car has a severe piston slap. And we went there to check it out to kind of hear what it sounds like, and obviously we'll play it for you. Go ahead. Oh God. My car had no issues before. Any person that asked me, I was very honest with them. It had no sounds. I have 5,400 miles on the car, drove it to Mustang Week, drove it to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we had no issues, no problems. Took it to the track and there was no noise, no piston slap, no barbecue tick, coyote tick, whatever you're calling it, no noises at all. It was fine. So we were very disappointed to figure that out. I also wanted to emphasize that we are not in any way putting blame on this for tuning. My dad was on the dyno with it and he was doing drivability tuning to make sure that the car was figured out. He only did one pull and the car only made 625. So from what we know and what we had read, the car probably should have made something along, 750, 775, somewhere in that. And like I said before, I was keeping my expectations really low, but I wasn't keeping them at 600 low. So he said he went to do a second pull, the car made 680, and the only reason why it made 680 was because it took itself out of 7th gear, which was what he was dynoing in. So it moved itself up to 8th, and we think that it maybe had done that to try to protect itself because it knew something was wrong. So other than that, I just wanted to make sure that no blame came on my dad because I know that this is not his fault. To be honest, I'm not mad. I knew that there was a 50-50 chance of something like this happening with getting the newest model and the newest motor. I guess I would have to say, out of honesty, I'm more disappointed that Ford would let something like this happen to their customers. New customers, old customers, loyal, first car owners, 10th Mustang owners. So unfortunately, the motor is gonna have to be built. I don't wanna get it warrantied. I've had a lot of questions on why don't I just get it warrantied. I don't wanna do that. And from what we've heard and experiences that we've read, people are getting these warrantied motors and the same thing is happening. We've seen people with 2,000 miles, 200 miles, 20,000 miles. I just would rather the car be at home or at my dad's shop, knowing where the motor is going to be built, knowing who has it, and knowing that it's not sitting at the dealership for 4 or 5 months. I know watching some install videos can get tedious here and there, so this is kind of a nice breakup. Unfortunately, the news that has to be said in it is a bummer. But now I'm trying to keep my spirits up. Now I can say I'm shooting for 8s and not for 9s. But yeah, it's definitely a bummer. It's definitely disappointing, especially when everything on mine was so perfect, I guess. Seamless, perfect, fine, any of those adjectives for it. And I guess what is making me not so disappointed either is it is December still. Today is December 29th. So being December in Detroit, oddly, we haven't had much snow, but it is cold. So it's not like I'd be able to take the car racing or take it to shows or take it out a bunch. It would just sit in the garage anyway. So at least if this was going to happen, it happened at a good time. At least I'm not missing out on portions of the summer or not being able to take it out. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll answer what I can, because the car hasn't been torn apart yet. We just found out, what, Thursday, I think. So it's only been 2 days of knowing what the issue is. So we're going to tear it apart as soon as we get a chance. So our tentative plan is to take the blower off, go from there and pull the motor out. So once we know what's in the motor or what isn't in it now, we can go and see what has to be fixed. We checked the dipstick a little bit, and there was no metallic or anything in the oil that we could see, but it wasn't completely drained. We're gonna have to do that too. So we'll know then how bad it is. So right now we're hoping to not have to sleeve the block. It may come down that we're going to have to. But like I said, we don't know until we tear it apart. So we're probably gonna go back to our install video of the fuel pump. Ryan and I do have some content that never got pushed out from the racing season and from World Cup finals, and some sponsorships that I was offered. So we have a couple things going on that we haven't even been able to push out because we've been trying to get this Whipple done. So we're gonna have some content going on. I guess we just created a bunch more content with having to pull the motor, but hopefully this isn't going to stunt our progress on the SN. That's kind of that's actually what is a big bummer to me, is I don't want that to hurt that car. So it's a bummer. It's not what I was hoping for 5 months before we're getting married, having to put that kind of money into the motor. But I also don't want a $46,000 paperweight that I'm paying monthly on. So thanks, Ford. This is what we get for our loyalty. And I know you're probably thinking you both own CTSVs. Well, we still had Fords, so we were still loyal. But it's just crappy situation and crappy how this has panned out, and we'll see. You guys have to stay